everybody, welcome to Vigilant Citizen. My name is Josh. This is Kepler. He's going to join me for the video for a little bit. Jarvis, you want to get in here? Let's see if he comes up. Come here, Jarvis. Come here. You'll come say hi? Come on. Yeah, there you go. There. Oh, God, you're not as good at this, are you? Okay, no fighting on me, though, okay? Thank you all so much for joining me today. Thank you, boys, too. Okay, easy. Easy. Go bark at something. Don't bark at something. Today's drink of choice is this Gatorade because I'm trying to replace electrolytes. Not that I've done anything today. Oh, hey, check this out. Let's see. I forgot to add this. Oh, look, some additional light. And if it turns off, it's because I didn't charge it well enough. So if you watch my other channel where we're playing games, that happened to me and Tori. So if that goes off, you can still see me. It is what it is. Bear with me. I'm all over the place today. I haven't done one of these videos in a couple weeks. You probably noticed. I've been busy with stuff. But not gonna lie, everybody, the last week or so has been pretty tough. Personally, nothing horrible, nothing bad, but just, you know, when you go through those stages. Hi, buddy. Yeah, he's worried about me. You know, when you go through those stages of life where life just kind of knocks you down a couple times. Knocks you down a peg. Jocko Willink, if you don't know who he is, he's this former Spec Ops Navy SEAL who now runs his own company to help other companies with leadership and things like that. He has this. He wrote a couple of leadership books that I really enjoy. I think I spoke about him in a previous video. But he has a saying which I really like, which is be humble or get humbled, which means that if you're not humble going into things, at some point, life is going to knock you down and it's going to humble you in front of everybody else, and you're going to have to learn the lesson much harder. Well, I like to think of myself as a pretty decently humble guy. I don't think I'm the best at much of anything. I think I have a realistic perspective on my capabilities in life. And so I think sometimes you just get humbled regardless of whether you're humble or not. You can always get knocked down another peg. So I just wanted to share with you kind of my thought process over last weekend. I'm not going to go into details about some of the stuff that happened. Honestly, I've talked about them to death, and I don't want to talk about them anymore. But what I want to share with you is just kind of how I got through them, because I'm not going to lie to you guys. I got knocked down pretty heavily, and it's been hard to kind of crawl my way out of a hole. If you talk to anybody in my friend group or my family group, they would say, well, everything's fine. Like you're fine. But if you asked me and I went into details, I'd be like, no, I was humiliated. Everything's humiliating. So I have 2 points that I want to share with you that really helped me get through some of this funk, and I'm not completely out of it. You can probably tell I'm still just a little bit, a little low. I'm also a little bit angry about some things, so I'm working through some of that too. But I wanted to share with you 2 important points, 2 important takeaways that I have from this. The first one being is that if you don't have a support group, I just mentioned that I have friends and family, and I was able to talk to them over the past couple days, over the past week. And if you don't have a support group that is there to support you, and that you are there to support them, I know it can sound cheesy when you talk about a support group, but having people who you can share your experiences with and bounce ideas off of and get their take on it, because they may have a fresh perspective that you hadn't considered, is very important. It's important to do this in your professional career. It's important to do it in your personal life. Say you're dating or something and you're not having much luck with the opposite sex. You may turn to your friends and be like, guys, what am I doing wrong? And they may say, there's nothing wrong with you. It's the dating market. Women are crazy. They may give you a bunch of stuff, but they may say, hey, maybe try combing your hair, or hey, maybe try growing out some hair. So they may have some fresh perspective to offer you, and that's beyond just that. It could be anything that you're dealing with in your life. When you have a support group and a group of people who you can turn to and talk to, make sure that you're open to their feedback. And if you're not in the moment, we talked about this in a previous video, know your own emotional state. If you're not ready for feedback, that's fine. Wait until you are, and maybe even tell them that, hey, look, I need your feedback on something, but not right now. because I'm in a bad mood, and I'm gonna lash out at you if I hear something that I don't like that makes it feel like it's making everything worse. So know your own emotional state, know when to ask for feedback, find a group of people who is looking out for your best interest, has your best interest at heart, and really wants you to succeed, so that you can take your ideas to them, take your problems to them, and get their fresh perspective on it. I can't tell you how much that's going to be important through life moving forward. The second thing that I wanted to mention, and guys, I know some of these sound obvious. To be honest, I'm kind of doing this video to remind myself of these things a little bit. I think saying it out loud and then putting it out there for all of you to see is going to help me even further. So if this seems obvious to you, well, thanks for bearing with me. I consider you as part of my support group, helping me through some of the stuff that I've been dealing with lately. The other thing is to maintain perspective. I know it sounds a little weird to say that things could always be worse, but I guess they can, right? Unless you and everybody around you is dead, then it can't get much worse than that. But if that's not the case, then, well, I mean, things could be worse. And I don't mean to sound morbid about it, but over the past weekend, it took some reminding to myself that, hey, look, your professional career is going well, you're doing well at work, so why are you so worried about some of this other stuff in your personal life? Also, you have a great wife. She's very beautiful. She's very fun. And you have two great doggos who add a lot of value to your life. You got these ridiculous chickens. You guys can't see the windows right there, but you got these ridiculous chickens out there that provide farm fresh eggs for you and your wife. You got a very nice house that you can have friends over, and you have enough friends that you can fill it on a regular basis. So, Josh, pick yourself up. Things aren't nearly as bad. You've got some work to do in some areas of your life. You've been humbled a little bit, but grand scheme of things, everything's going great. So even if it doesn't help what you're feeling in the moment, it still does help to list all of those out and remember what you're grateful for and remember what you do have. Going back to the whole thing about at least everybody's not dead around you, because there is something to that. When my mom passed away from, from ovarian cancer back in 2019, it was very easy to focus on the traumatic experience that myself and others were going through in that moment. But what really carried me through it was being able to focus on things like, wow, my family's really pulling together. Wow, I've learned a lot from her, and I'm able to carry that with me for the rest of my life, and look at the impact she's had on all these other people, or I still have my health, and that sounds, again, that sounds a little morbid, and that sounds a little like it's sort of avoiding the problem, but it's remembering what you should be grateful for. For example, I remember thinking that in some sense I'm glad that I have some time to say goodbye to her. I have some time to talk to her and tell her some things and make sure that we've cleared the air and that we've gotten on the same page on some things before she left this earth. Other people have had experiences in which they lost a family member like that, car accident or something, blink of an eye, and they said, well, I'm thankful that I didn't have to watch them waste away from cancer or something like that. And I think that's very fair. You know, it's not comparing our situations. It's just being grateful for some of the things that you still have in those trying moments, in those trying times. So if you're going through a difficult time, look around for the things that you can be grateful for. They will carry you through the moment, even though it's tough, and there's a lot of things that are probably trying to drag you down in that moment. There's always little points of light in the darkness, right? Look for those little points of light. It's easy to say, it's not easy to live it. I'm speaking from obviously firsthand experience, and you will too at some point as well. But if you keep, man, I don't want to say if you keep your chin up. Sometimes your chin's going to be down because you're going to be looking at the ground, being like, I don't want to look at anybody, don't want to look at anything, don't want to even acknowledge my own existence right now. But if you hang on to some of the things that are going well and focus on those, it will help carry you through it. So get a support group, people who are like-minded, who are genuinely in favor of your support and your success, and think of the things that you can be grateful for. Write them down if you have to. That's my message for today, everybody. Thank you so much for listening in. I appreciate it. I'm thinking about what I should do with this channel, because I'm not sure that at some point I'm probably going to run out of ideas or things to talk about. Although people at work who know me would say, no, Josh he just talk about anything for forever. So, but I do want to maintain a level of focus on this channel. So I'm thinking of some ideas. Jarvis is not helpful at all in this manner. He's just a whiny baby, right, bud? If you whine loud enough, maybe they can hear you. Yeah, I don't know what your problem is. He probably needs to go out. Let's see. Do you have to go potty? He's acting. That's fake. I'll still let him out, though, because I love him. All right, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. If you're not watching this on Rumble, go check it out on Rumble. Sometimes I have some special videos over there that I don't put on YouTube for obvious reasons. I have at least 2 over there that were not on YouTube, so go check those out. And I will see you next time. Thanks for your time.